Morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Nice wheels.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is reminiscent of the days that I used to drive a cab back in the 60s.
I always wanted to be a cab driver. I always thought if I got tired of show business, I would move to New York and drive a cab. Now let me ask you this, as a cab driver, what were your goals at the time? What did you want to be?
When I was at school, I was taking hotel management, but I did not do well, and I ended up leaving.
There's a recurring theme in your stories, and it's failure. So you're either super lucky or really bad at stuff.
I did get held back in grade 3, barely made it out of grade 8, and then got held back in grade 10. So it wasn't until I was in my late 20s, when I found Second City, did I really find what I really wanted to do.
Were you living there then?
I was living in Chicago,
Oh, okay.
working at the Ivanhoe Theater. And I used to spend time at the bar at Second City because I became a huge fan.
Of alcohol.
Of alcohol, absolutely. It was anyway, that's how I met them, and one thing that led to another, and I borrowed $7,000 from a friend of mine, and I was able to obtain the rights for Canada.
Because Toronto isn't really a big theater town like New York or Chicago or even Cleveland.
SCTV came about because Bernie, right after we had started Second City in Toronto, kept bugging me. He said, we should do TV shows in Canada. And then Saturday Night Live happened, and I thought, oh my God, ABC or one of those networks is going to come down and steal all my talent. So we pulled that whole group together, and the idea came about, and I can't exactly say who was responsible for it because there's so many voices in the room.
You son of a bitch, you weren't even in there.
Yes, I was. I was up in the room.
You were in the room?
There we go. The quality of the show, which was all very low budget, played into the reality because we did not have a lot of money. It was.
What do you think it is about improv that I think right now it's been elevated to, oh, by the way, you have to keep moving your...
Have you ever eaten in your car crying?
Yes.
To watch it is magical.
Yeah.
When you know that someone's just coming up with whatever they're coming up with on the spot.
Yeah.
It is. Just
drive one-handed like that.
Yeah, I did. I was doing that actually with everybody else.
No, do that.
Then I go across the street and I come back. And I come back 10 minutes later and they were maybe 2 feet further.
No, I frankly have never been a big fan of improvisation.
Yeah.
It scares me.
You're moving too.
So that's, to me, is where we are now. And I think the world of improvisation, is always going to continue to be, to grow. We do classes for autism, for anxiety disorder. But I do think there's other aspects of it we can really be sort of intent on looking at, and I don't know where the that question was going to go. Answer.
No, I like it.
it's like that training from Second City.
Wow.
You just don't let the dead air happen for too long.